Last time on Trading Bull Z, SPY was on its way back up after the bounce on the second day of a recovery. And today it gapped up and broke a critical resistance level. But where will it close and how does this impact the rest of the week? Find out on this exciting episode of Trading Bull Z. What is going on, Z Trader? Zeno Trader here, and today we're coming at you with our market recap. We're going to be getting into my outlook for where SPY is going this week, as well as the plays. And trust me, you don't want to miss this video. But before we get into anything, I need you to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any important market updates. And follow us on Instagram at Trading Bull Z. And if you like what you see, if we give you some value and you like how we do this, you can feel free to join our Discord server. We are live in chat every day during market hours. It costs you nothing to join. It's free 99 and we are there. We also have over $5,000 of free options trading learning materials in the chat. The link to our chat, our Instagram, and Discord are all in our channel subscriptions, and links will be posted below. Be there or be square. SPY. Let us get into it. It was a very interesting day, and Friday, if you look at our video that we posted, we pretty much called today. I've been talking about this ever since last week, okay? This is the 3-month chart. As you can see, just like I told you guys, SPY came back from below as this pin bar close right here. We've been talking about this rally ever since this pin bar close. As you can see, it's been doing nothing but going higher and higher and higher. And today, I figured we would get close to the 200 MA, but I didn't think we'd actually hit it. Holy jeez, the Dow was up over 900 points today on promising vaccination data and more stimulus hopes, but be careful because I think the bill will likely die in the Senate, and I don't believe that could also send the market into a tizzy. We also still have trade tensions in the background, guys, as well as important economic data coming out tomorrow, including the trade balance, non-manufacturing PPI, and unemployment rates. I believe investors will be looking to take profits tomorrow, but this was certainly a very strong start for the week. As you can clearly see here, I was hoping in chat that we would get a pin bar close below the 200 MA. We did not get that, but we came pretty darn close, as you can see here. So, because I wanted to see some weakness, okay, in the rising of prices. I wanted to see the bears kind of take over here at the end of the trading, and that's what we got. As you can see on the daily time frame, we kind of fell off the cliff a little bit there before close. And so that was one of the things I was looking to see, but we did bounce off, bouncing around on VWAP. We should be looking at this very closely because if we break VWAP, that could be a good sign of a reversal. Let's take a look at the 60-minute time frame. So yeah, even on the 60-minute time frame, we look like we're approaching VWAP, and she doesn't necessarily want to break it, but all good things come to an end, and we did get this reversal pin bar here, and we have a lower close. Those are indications of, at least preliminary indications of, a reversal of trend. We also have the MACD looking like it wants to turn red. And so these are things to watch out for. If you look at the 5-day chart, we got some interesting dynamics going on here. So currently we're oversold a little bit there. here at the end, the MACD has just turned over red right here on this candle. What do you know, folks? Check it out. That's hugely important. And it also has big red volume here. So be careful. We may bounce because, again, we're coming close to VWAP. So it just depends. If we can break VWAP, we'll see what happens. So on this time frame, though, we do have the 50 MA going back up over the 200 MA, which is a bullish sign. When it's the reverse, you get the death cross. So be careful. We may get faked out. It may dump and then pump back up. So we got to be prepared for all scenarios tomorrow. Now let's take a look at VIX. So as you can see, VIX it did pump a little bit there at the end of the day, which correlates with the SPY dump. It leveled off during aftermarket hours, but we're not concerned with that because aftermarket hours really don't have the volume that we're looking for. The MACD did turn green for VIX. It is currently in a head and shoulders pattern. It is trading right down here. So this is where an area where we would look to see a little spike or a reversal. It also has a gap to fill to the upside, and we do have but the problem is it looks like we have a death cross here. So that's not looking too good for if we were looking to get some puts on SPY. But we'll have to see. That we're getting a lot of conflicting signals here. But I believe tomorrow we'll take some profits. But as for the week is concerned, it depends. We got all this data coming out. Some of it's negative. A lot of it's going to be negative, but the market will probably shrug it off as they're expecting negative data. The thing that the market will be looking at is if the data is more positive than they thought it would be. If it is, the market will respond well to it. If it's as bad as they thought it was going to be, they're not going to care. If it's worse than what they thought it was going to be, then you could see a reaction. But I don't think that'll be the case. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But the market is really fixated right now on the stimulus hopes and the vaccine. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. My conclusion is that tomorrow, I think SPY will go down a little bit because people will be looking to take, investors will be looking to take profits. Also, I have another chart here that I'd like to show everybody. So if you zoom out, this is SPY, okay? So check it out. Now, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Where have we seen this before? And I talked about this in the previous video. This is very dangerous because I don't like the second touch of the double top. I don't like getting in puts here because it could just have easily broken out. I need to see confirmation of a turnaround before I can get into puts. And I knew, and I was talking about this in chat today, I knew that SPY would have a hard time. I talked about what area to look for puts. I talked about what to pay attention to on SPY. So we had some strong bullish activity here. SPY gapped up and it's reaching, critical levels. So anything beyond this green line, uh, I was telling everybody, try to look for puts, but you got to wait till it maxes out. And it looks like SPY is running out of gas. Okay. So once we get below this level, which looks to be about 294.32, we should be in the building for puts, right? So this recession, the economic crisis that is occurring is not going to be over next week. So a lot of this is an overreaction. Anytime you see days like this, it's a big overreaction. We'll be trading on these gains for the rest of the week. Down, up, down, up. We'll probably end the week up because today was so strong. There'd have to be something uh, hugely negative to help us. There'd have to be a big negative catalyst to lose all of the gains that we just experienced today. But I'd say we'd probably, depending on the data that comes out the rest of this week and how things go and how earnings look, we'll see. But to me, I think tomorrow will definitely come down off these highs. And we could look for some put entries depending on where SPY closes tomorrow. So that's my analysis for SPY today. So with that being said, let us get into what to watch out for this week. We do have notable earnings that do include Baidu, which have come out today after market. Let's take a look at how Baidu is doing. We talked about this Friday, so we're looking to play the implied volatility up to earnings. And what do you know? Here we go. Now, to be fair, I did say I didn't believe in Baidu because their overall chart pattern was not very compelling to me at the time. But I'm a believer now because, as you can see, after market, they have just totally gone off. All right. So we'll see how this ends up. But yeah, they're still going up. And so we'll see. I mean, tomorrow, if they hit, we'll have to see if they gap up or down. Which one it does, whichever one it does, it'll likely fill that gap rather quickly. So pay attention to that. There's more plays that you can get into to take advantage of the IV this week. So if you would have got into Baidu this morning, I mean, you could have made a killing, right? So I traded a little bit sideways, but then just went to the freaking moon. So there's some more plays that are coming out this week. Walmart, Home Depot, they both report pre-market. They are going to be a huge catalyst for what happens tomorrow. But I think that Walmart and Home Depot will both do good because of things that have occurred recently. The only thing you can really do is go, you got to go get food and groceries and things. And then, there's nothing else to do. You can fix up your house. So that's why I think both Walmart and Home Depot will be very compelling plays. Let's take a look at them. So we got Walmart here. And of course, we are approaching significant levels where we may get rejected. 129. So it looks like we're gonna have to do very well on these earnings and the forward guidance, not just the earnings, because we've seen from recent earnings that investors care about a lot about forward guidance. So we'll see. They come out, like I said, before market tomorrow. I think they'll kill it. We could break 129. If it does, potentially, which would be a huge move for Walmart because Walmart does not like to move significantly. It has a very tight trading range, so we'll see. The other one is Home Depot. We talked about this Friday. Again, I think Home Depot would probably likely do well. It looks like we're bouncing off of the 245 level. I think we'll easily bounce there if they do good. If they beat earnings and their forward guidance is good, they will probably go to 248, maybe even 251 if we get depending on what SPY does. If the earnings are good enough, Home Depot will act independent of SPY, like most stocks that do well. If SPY is doing well, then it'll kind of be like the wind at your back with positive earnings plays. But we could still, but we'll see. Those are pretty much in the books because they report at open tomorrow. Take-Two Interactive, we talked about that last week. NVIDIA, they are going up, but NVIDIA is really interesting, and let's take a look at that real quick because NVIDIA seems to be in an interesting spot because it looks like they were going to fall off a cliff before the market closed, but they've since recovered, it appears. Looks like they're going to hit 258 and reject aftermarket or pre-market. There is a little bit of volume here going on. We'll see. There is a gap that they need to fill. So it looks like they may have filled it preliminarily right before the close, but we will see how that goes tomorrow. Maybe they gap down. If they do gap down, this will be a good place to find an entry. But, we'll see how it plays out. Take-Two Interactive was the other one. I think they'll do really well. Of course, they have powerful game studios. They control several very profitable franchises such as 2K and Grand Theft Auto. And BJ's reports this week too. I just found that out today. They're going to be my dark horse for a run up. I don't think they report till Thursday, so I'm going to look for a entry in BJ's. Intuit, they also report on Thursday. Now, the thing about Intuit is that they control TurboTax, and TurboTax is a big facilitator in the stimulus check distribution, as many people utilize their services to get their taxes done. And in order to receive your stimulus check, if you earned income in 2019, you will have needed to file your taxes. So they may see a boost from that. And, they have other services, of course, like Mint and, business services. But we'll see. Looks like they're trending down, but that could be a good thing because we can get a better entry for calls. Or you can get if you think they'll do well, you could always hedge your bet, of course, which, good risk management determines you should, by getting a straddle on this at a certain price level. So maybe wait to see if it comes back down to 286 before you look for entries for calls. Maybe we bounce from 290 and go to 295. Who knows? We'll just have to see how this all plays out. So that's it for our playlist for this week. So personally today, I didn't trade anything because I broke one of my trading rules. I went to bed without putting together a watch list. So I had to sit out for today, but I will be looking for some entries on some earnings plays during the rest of the week. Remember, guys, don't trade from emotions or gut feelings. Look for high probability setups, look for entries, plan them out, plan your trades, trade your plan. Okay, so that's all we got for you today, folks. If you get value from what we do here, consider subscribing. And don't forget to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Follow us on Instagram and join our Discord server. We're in chat Monday through Friday during all the trading hours. Be there or be square. The link will be in the subscription below. We will see you tomorrow. Today, our heroes were sidelined from action, but they will be back tomorrow. Meanwhile, SPY will look to test a major resistance level, and some important earnings plays are coming up this week. How will our heroes fare in the fight against the SPY gods? Find out next time on an exciting episode of Trading Bull Z.